the Staten Island Comedy Show with your host, Nevin Cummings.
Freddie Coscia, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Staten Island Comedy Show. We're going to have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned. It's a virtual show. We have comedians to perform their stand-up sets on location, and you will see them right here on the Staten Island Comedy Show. Also, you will see the weird interview I had with the anchorman for Faker News, Kevin Kumquat. But now let me introduce our first comedian, Rafael Sanguily. He is from LA originally, but moved to Texas 3.5 years ago. Rafael has been doing comedy for about 3.5 years. What made him get into comedy was he always thought about doing it, comedy, but never actually did it until he was at a bar with some friends and they had an open mic there. His friends bet him that he wouldn't go on stage, so he did it on a bet. You can find him on Instagram at Rafael Comedy, Facebook at Raf Comic. Our first comedian of the show, Rafael Sanguily, ladies and gentlemen.
So my name is Rafael Sanguily, and I'm actually originally from Los Angeles, all right? I'm actually one of the new people out here to Texas. I just moved out here not too long ago. Let me tell you, I love you people. You guys are awesome out here, dude. You know why? You guys beat the shit out of your children out here. That's how you make good people, bro. That's how you make good people, man. You know what I mean? California people are way too liberal with their kids, man. They're way too soft. I grew up in a Latino family, okay? How many people in here are Hispanic or Latino anyway, by the chance? It's a new world. Did I do this joke all over the place? Like, anybody Hispanic or Latino in the audience? They're like, hey, not me, homeboy, right? My name's Skyler, dog, right? Trying to get me in trouble, bro. But you guys know if you're Latino, we get beat up for having even bad ideas, man. I remember being in the supermarket with my mom being like, Mom, I don't want Cocoa Rocks anymore. I want Cocoa Puffs. Say Cocoa Puff one more time. Say it. I dare you. I say it. But this little kid over here in LA, man, was losing his mind in the cereal aisle, just crying, screaming and stuff. The mom was standing over him and she was like, Summer Kale? Summer Kale? What are you feeling right now, baby? What are you feeling? This lady walked by and she's like, ma'am, you watch your microaggressions on Summer Kale, okay? I'm like, what? This is crazy. Dude, the same thing happened over here in Plano at the Whole Foods. Same exact thing. Some mom was standing over kids, screaming, crying. She's like, baby? This man walked by and she's like, ma'am, you want me to hold him down for you? We can take turns. It's like, that's how you make good people out here, man. It's crazy though, man. If you guys Hispanic out there, you know, there is nothing in this world more jealous than a Latina mom to their son. It does not exist, okay? I remember there was no girl, I would bring all these girls home. No girl was ever good enough for my mom. And I brought this one girl home. I was super in love with. This guy knows. He's like, dude, it's tough, huh? It's tough. Dude, I brought this girl home. I was super in love with her, right? I was like, Mommy, I want to introduce you to my girlfriend, but I'm going to have to translate for you because she's deaf, okay? But I really want you to meet her. My mom was like, no. No. She needs to understand, okay? Mira, I'm going to explain to her how this is going to go down, okay? Mira, mijita, listen to me, okay? I'm like, Mom, she's deaf. Mira, listen to me, okay? Mira, primero, en number one, okay, my son, okay, is my whole world, okay? It's my world. Okay, mira, and if you, okay, you break his heart, okay, mira, I, okay, am going to put my foot in your culo, okay, mijita? And that girl was Cuban too. She was like, I was like, try it, bitch. And I was like, man, that girl's funeral was beautiful. Let me tell you, services were fantastic, man. It was crazy. The music was great. So, if you guys know, also, man, how many people in this audience have a parent they think might be like low-key mafia? Anybody? Like, dude, there's like certain rules. There's weird ways to do things. Like, hey, little clues we find out along the way. You know what I mean? Like my dad's favorite thing to do is make us breakfast in the morning. That was his favorite thing to do. My dad was like, Papi, today we're going to make you pancakes, mijo, okay? We're going to make you pancakes, papi. Here's what I need from you. I need you to bring me 1 kilo of flour, okay? and 2 8 balls of sugar. I'm like, what? That is not how you make pancakes, sir. There's 1 8 ball of sugar, right, dog? Fucking up our product, homie. It's crazy though, dude. My dad's like, we're watching CSI together on the couch. My dad's like, ridiculous. That's not how you dispose of a body. I'm like, what? How do you know how to dispose of a body, Dad? He's like, I watch the Discovery Channel, okay? I like to learn things. Meal. It's ridiculous though, dude. My dad's biggest concern is always where the ladies are at. Like, let me show you how my dad walks into a room whenever he walks into a room. He's like, oye, papi, where are the ladies, amigo, eh? He's like in a perpetual salsa song, like wherever he goes. Bing, bang, dang, 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 dang. Right? And I'm like, dude, I don't know, Dad. I'm trying to figure that out. He's like, mijo, the problem is you're not lovey-dovey, papi. Okay? You're not lovey-dovey. Mira, girls like sweet talk, mijo. You see a pretty girl walking down the street, you say, oye, my little sugar pie. Okay? Or, oye, my little cream puff. Or my dad's personal favorite, my little cornflakes. So I was like, I'll try it. Can't hurt, right? I saw this pretty girl walking down the street, and I was like, hey, do you want a little cream pie or whatever? And she's like, excuse me, what'd you say to me? What? I'm like, I'm sorry, I have cornflakes too. God damn it, I'm terrible at this. Sucks though, man. I blame our music, dude. Spanish music, filthy. All right? Like, let me tell you, there's a song they play at every, whatever, you name it, quinceañera, wedding, whatever. And this song is gross, okay? And it's by an artist named Luis Miguel, okay? The song's called Sabor a Mí, all right? Let me give you the hook of this song, all right? He goes, vivirás 1,000 años y muchos más, y siempre en tu boca tendrás sabor a mí. Like, if you don't speak Spanish, that sounds beautiful, huh? Bro, let me break down what homeboy said to you right now. He said, you could live for 1,000 years and many, many more, and you're still gonna have my flavor in your mouth. Like, that is gross, bro. And my he's calling out his SC like Babe Ruth, you know what I mean? And my grandma's walking in the house vacuuming like, sabor a mí. I'm like, Bita, no. No, Bita. Telling my nephews, don't kiss Bita, that's gross. We don't know where she's been. All right, guys, my time is Rafael Sanguily. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rafael. That was really funny. Our next comedian is Guy Betancourt. Guy is from New York City and has been doing comedy for 10 years. He says that he got into comedy because he wanted to bring laughter to a world filled with sorrow. His saying is that laughter is a healing medicine. I totally agree with that. If you want to find more from Guy, you can go to facebook.com/guy.betancourt. And you can find him on Instagram at Guy Betancourt. Ladies and gentlemen, Guy Betancourt!
You know, I hate relationships. See, the relationship to me is like getting a job. No matter how hard I try, I can never make it past the probationary period. You know, I try dating young women, you know, but they want to have sex every day, sometimes all night long. You know, and at my age, sleep is definitely a requirement. You know, the sex is optional. You know, I tried dating with my age. You know, they had the nerve to say that I was financially unstable. You know, I couldn't believe it. Now, I wasn't working at the time. You know, but since when is welfare and food stamps considered unstable? I mean, come on, man. It's the most stable income an unemployed person can have. Am I right? I mean, they give you a check once a month, and the only requirement is to stay alive. Just keep bringing, you get the check. It's very simple. You know, I was lucky because I got married. So I got married finally. And my wife's in the audience. So I'm going to talk about our relationship. Because if something happened to me, I got enough witnesses in Eric. Don't get me wrong, I love my wife. I love her passionately. But I think my biggest mistake was letting her move in. See, when she came in, she took control of the walk-in closet, the dresser, the chest, and both nightstands. Then she put all my belongings in the hallway closet near the front door. See, she think I'm stupid. You know, I might be a little slow, but I'm not stupid. She got me close to the exit, just in case things don't work out. You know, it'll speed up my eviction process. Then she told me to put some of my stuff in storage so she could use some of my space. What space? She gave me 6 square feet in a 1,000 square foot apartment. A dead man has more room in the coffin. You know, then she went to the bedroom. She transformed it. She turned my man cave into a princess palace overnight. She went in, right? She started putting pictures of us all in the bedroom. It looked real romantic. You know, big pillows on the bed with little ruffles. You know, she had skylights coming to the bed. Every time I woke up, I thought I was in the whorehouse. But she only put pictures of her in the living room. Now when my friends come over, it don't look like I live there anymore. You know, but I tell them every time they come, I say, this is my house, my house. Just look in the hallway closet. You know, I love my wife. There's one thing that really puzzles me. It confuses the hell out of me. Okay, when I spend money impulsively, she calls it wasteful spending. But when she does it, it's called making an executive decision. You know, when you get married, your whole life changes drastically. All right? Your priorities change. Every time I gotta take her someplace, I have to drive her. Every time she gotta go someplace. That's my job. Okay, every time I need to go someplace on my own, I need to take public transportation. I had a car before we met. Okay, I owned it before we even met. I went from an independent man with his own transportation to an Uber driver with no benefit. You know, it's difficult. Marriage is difficult. I love you, baby, and I hope I make it after this. You know, I like to pray that every one of your dreams and your desires one day become your reality. My name is Betancourt. Much love.
That was awesome, Guy. Very funny. Our next segment we call
Joking Around with Fred Rubino.
Fred Rubino here. Haven't gone out in 5 days. You know why? Because I was told if you stay home, you won't spread the virus. Okay? I just want to do my part. I look out the window. There's people all over the place. Bicycles, the whole family. Hey, we're going out. Everybody, 12 people on the corner talking. Hey, how's it going? Hey. What's wrong with you people? Oh, I only go out for coffee. Everybody on Facebook, look at my new coffee machine. Look, it does this, it steams the milk. Use the coffee machine. Now's the time to use the coffee machine. Hey, people, tell people, stay home. You get the call. Hi, Mary, you want to come out for ice cream? No. I'll have ice cream at your wake. Unbelievable. And they got to start reporting on it because you're on home. You watch the news, people dying. It breaks your heart, all right? But not one report of the person who died because they didn't stay home. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to pick up the paper, read the obituary. Johnny Ronzoni, beloved father, devoted husband, but didn't stay home. That's what I want. And then you say, all right, hey, what do you want from me? You didn't stay home. Pretty Rubino.
Now I'm going to show you the weird interview I had with Kevin Kumquat from the Faker News. We are here on the set of the Faker News with one of the top fake news anchormen, Kevin Kumquat. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Nevin.
Thanks for the interview. Kevin, what qualifications do you have to become a Faker News anchorman? Education, etc.
I graduated from the Unreal College. The school is perfect to prep for the Faker News. Here is an example of the courses. It is called vocabulary words that you think mean something different.
Can you give us some examples?
Yes. Moonlighting is the sun's other job. Autobiography is the car's logbook. Tirade is when criminals break into your house and steal your ties.
During your job interview for Faker News, what was the main reason why they hired you?
They said they liked the fact that I did not blink, and if you watch the Faker News reports, you see I don't blink.
Here is a different question. In our solar system, what planet do you love?
I love Uranus. Do I have to tell you why?
Oh, no. That's okay. Do you have anything else to tell your fans?
Yes. I want to tell everyone to keep watching comedy because I feel that comedy is a healthy distraction from what's going on in the world today.
Well, that's it for us for this interview. As they say on the Faker News TV studio set, close us out, Kevin.
Thank you for watching my interview with Nevin Cummings. Back to the Staten Island Comedy Virtual Show. I'm Kevin Kumquat, and I will see you on the next Faker News, where the news is only sometimes real.
Thanks, Kevin. Very interesting interview. Moving right along, our next comedian is Bruce Lipsky. He's originally from New York City, but now lives on Long Island. He has been doing comedy for about 2.5 years. What made Bruce get into comedy was after a serious car accident and a bad spinal injury, he got into stand-up because he could stand up. You can find him on Facebook, Bruce Lipsky. Our next comedian of the show, Bruce Lipsky, ladies and gentlemen.
See everybody here. Thanks for coming out. I tell you, good news. Next week, my wife and I will be celebrating our 25th anniversary. So somebody recently asked me, what's the secret to success? That's besides the point. What about a lucky guy? Anyway, so I told my friend, every morning I wake up, I roll over to my wife, and I whisper an apology. So this morning, I whispered in her ear, I'm sorry, I left the wet towels in the bathroom. I whispered in her ear again, I'm sorry, I left the dirty dishes in the sink. And then I whispered in her ear, I said, I'm very sorry that I brought my girlfriend here tonight. But I tell you, my wife always messes with me. I asked her to go to the store and pick up a few items. The other day I said I wanted regular orange juice. So she came back with orange juice with pulp. I wanted regular creamy, what did I say? I wanted creamy peanut butter. She came back with chunky style. I said, I really need preparation H. She came back with Tabasco sauce. Oh man, what are you thinking? I tell you, we have a pet. And she really spoils this pet. This dog gets spa treatments every month. He goes to doggy daycare. and he eats only natural organic food. I get it, he's special. And I told her, it's okay, but after a while I gotta put my foot down. I refuse to pay for his bar mitzvah. I tell you, last week we went to Sleepy's to pick out a new mattress. I like mine soft. She likes hers hard. Like I haven't heard that before. I caught my son one day, he was 15 years old, in his bedroom. He had a deck of cards with naked women on it. I said, what kind of games do you play with these cards? He said, lots of solitaire. Boy, can you get me into that game? When he was about 15, 16, he was a star baseball player. For 2 weeks in a row on a Saturday, I would take him to practice, and there's nobody in the practice field. So I said, you gotta talk to your coach. He said, what's going on over here? He said, I've been talking to him the last 2 weeks, and he's been telling me. And I said, what's he telling you? He says, practice has been moved to Tuesdays. I said, when are you gonna tell me? Being married, you've got the in-laws and the outlaws. My mother-in-law, I really love her. She's a very special lady, but she never wants to be a burden to anybody. We were at the restaurant the other day, and the waiter says, coffee or tea? And she says, whatever easiest for you. So the waiter came out with an empty cup. My mother is the total opposite of my mother-in-law. This woman, when she go to a restaurant, all she wants to do is fight with the waiter. Don't rush me. The food's cold. Whatever, nothing goes well with her. So the waiter sent the meal out to her. She starts eating it and says, this is the worst Greek salad I ever ate. And I said, but Mom, we're in a Chinese restaurant. Got invited to my boss's house for a party and decided to pick out something really special for him and his family. So I decided to buy some wine. Nowadays you can purchase wine that fits the persona of the people you're buying it for. So I bought the bottle of wine for my boss. It was Cranky Bastard Rosé. For his wife, I got Fat Ass Blonde. And for his 20-something obnoxious daughter, I got Royal Bitch Zinfandel. On the way out of the party, my boss gave me a bottle of Cabernet. You're fired. I'll tell you, I went to my mechanic the other day, and I can't trust my mechanic. Every time I go to him, the bill is never correct. I brought my vehicle in for service, and he handed me a bill and said, oil change, brakes adjusted, four-wheel tire rotation. I said, this is not right. He says, it's perfectly right to me. But I said, I drive a motorcycle. Never trust him again. Good news, I got to retire about 2 years ago, and spent a lot of time traveling with my wife. Unfortunately, it's the orthopedist, the internist, and the pharmacy. Good news, though, is next week we're scheduled for a couple's colonoscopy. Believe it or not, when I was in high school, swim class, we were forced to swim naked. We had the fastest swim team in the nation. That's because we were trying to do distance laps away from our coach. I was on the fast checkout line the other day at Stop and Shop. I was bagging my groceries as this impatient woman behind me was scanning her items and sending it down the belt. I got home, my wife started to unpack the bags. She said, why did you buy tampons, vaginal cream, and Depends? I said, whoa, wait a second, must have got mixed up. I feel bad for the other lady. She got my Rogaine Polident and my Tabasco sauce. It still bothers me, by the way. Took my wife out to dinner the other night to a really nice restaurant, and she really embarrassed me, I'm sorry to say. When the waiter was serving coffee, she said to him, what happened to those beautiful brown porcelain mugs you always serve coffee in? The waiter said, we no longer have them because they kept on disappearing. She said, oh my gosh, too bad, I needed one more to complete my set. And she said, don't worry, we'll find a different Denny's, don't worry. I took my first yoga class recently, and I'm really getting into yoga. I was practicing my poses the other day, and suddenly I lost my balance and I fell in front of a woman's lap. She got so angry at me, she ran to the conductor and threw me off the train. Appreciate it, folks. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bruce. Very funny. Well, that's the end of the show. I want to thank everyone for watching. Also, if you want to watch previous episodes of the Staten Island comedy shows, go to my YouTube channel, Nevin Cummings Comedy, and please subscribe. Also, please visit my website, nevincummingscomedy.tv. There you'll find information about me and the show. Goodbye. See you on the next show.